Hi, this is Math Kimchi, and today we'll be learning about point-slope form. Point-slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, where m is the slope, x is the x value of a point on the line, and y is the y value of the same point. And point-slope form is used to write equations when you know a point that the line passes through and the slope of the line. So, an example would be when we find the equation for the line that passes through 2, 5 and has the slope of 3. So, first we have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, and so we need to find x1, y1, and m, and x1 is 2, because it is the x value of this point, and this point is on the line, and y1 is equal to 5 because it is the y value of the point on the line, and the slope is equal to 3. So when we plug that in, we get y minus 5 equals 3 times x minus 2. And if we were to graph the line that passes through 2, 5 and has the slope of 3, we should first locate 2, 5, which is here, and because it has the slope of 3, we just say it goes down, it goes left 1 and down 3. And you can also go up 3 and right 1, but as you can see, I do not have the space for that. And if we connect these 2 points, we get this line. Instead of doing that, we can also turn y minus 5 equals 3 times x minus 2 into another type of equation. So let's just turn it into slope-intercept form. So we have y equals 3x minus 1, and that is the slope-intercept version of the line that passes through 2, 5 and has the slope of 3. If we graph that, we use the y-intercept, which is -1, or 0, -1, and again we have the slope rise 3 over run 1, and if we connect that, we get this line, and we know that this line is the same as the line we got earlier because we know that it has the slope of 3, rise 3, and run 1, and it also passes through 2, 5. And point-slope form is also used to find the equations for lines when you know 2 points. For example, let's say we were to find the equation of a line that passes through 2, 1 and 3, 3. We have to fill in y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, and so we have to find x1, y1, and m. For x1, we have 2 choices. We can plug in 2 and we can plug in 3. And for y1, we also have 2 choices, 1 and 3, but no matter which we choose, it'll be okay as long as we choose the same point. So we can have x1 be 2 and y1 be 1, and we can also have x1 be 3 and y1 be 3, but we cannot have something like x1 be 2 and y1 be 3, because they're from different points. So let's just say that this was the point we were going to use, so x1 will be 2 and y1 will be 1. To find the slope, we just use the slope is equal to y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. And for this one, we also have choices for y2, y1, x2, and x1. And we can just use these for x1 and y1, and for x2 and y2 we can use this point, but technically it doesn't actually matter, so we can again use this point for y2 and x2 as long as we have two different points for the first point and the second point, and so we have to have x1, y1, and x2, y2, or x2, y2, and x2, and x1, y1, because we need to use the same point, I guess. So let's just use this point for x1 and y1, and this point for x2 and y2. Now we get that the slope is equal to 3 minus 1 over 3 minus 2. And that is equal to 2 over 1, which is 2. And we can plug in that we can plug in to get that this line is y minus 1 equals 2 times x minus 2. And if we used this point for x1 and y1, we would get y minus 3 equals 2 times x minus 3. Let's just turn these two lines into standard form, and we would get that these two equations were actually the same to begin with, so it doesn't matter which point we use as long as we use the same point for both x1 and y1. And that's also the same for when we find slope. So we have to have x1 and y1 from the same point, and also x2 and y2 from the same point, but it has to be from different points than what we got x1 and y1 from. Now that we know what point slope form is and have used it in some examples, try to memorize that point slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, and this should be pretty easy to remember, but one tricky part for me was remembering that this and this was minuses, and sometimes I would think that you added these, so just remember that. And find the equation in slope-intercept form that intersects y equals 2x minus 4 when x is 1, and is parallel to y equals 3x plus 7. This one, I guess, is kind of a trick question, because y equals 2x minus 4 doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters about this is the point that the line is on, and the only thing that really matters about this equation is the slope, and that is because when two lines are parallel, they have the same slope. And finally, find the equation of a line that intersects 4, 5 and 3, 1. And that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching.